Dear students, right, today we continue the lesson. Last week, we obtained 17 trigonometric formulae. Today, we are supposed to take the rest ones and another few more theories. Thereafter, we can discuss the questions in the first tutorial. After that, we can come to the second tutorial questions, and thereby, fortunately, within another 3-4 classes, we can come to the end of this lesson, and we can start next lesson. People, last week I took the formula for tan 2a. Tan 2a formula is 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan squared a. This was the formula number 17. Formula number 17, right? Now, formula number 18, 19 and 20 coming under 3a formulae. Then our lesson we start today from that subheading. Write down then the subheading as 3a formulae. 3a formulae. 3a formulae. To take this 3a formulae, I start this from people from sin a plus b, formula number 1. Formula number 1 we obtain sin a plus b. It is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. This is the formula number 1. In this formula number 1, we substitute for this capital B the angle 2 capital A. Instead of this capital B angle, we substitute 2 capital A angle. Then in the left hand side angle we get as 3 capital A. That is the formula for sin 3A, right? So then we will start like this. Okay, now we can write like this. Put B equals to A in number 1. In number 1. Then what we get is sin A plus B is this 2A is equal to sin A cos 2A cos A sin 2A. This is what we get when we put capital B equals 2A in formula number 1, people. Now, we can simplify this furthermore. Left hand side A plus 2A is people 3A. We get sin 3A. And on the right hand side, sin A, this cos 2A. Can you remember by formula number 16? By formula number 16, we had 3 formulae for cos 2A. What is the first one in it? Cos squared A minus sin squared A. Second one, 2 cos squared A minus 1. Third one, 1 minus 2 sin squared A. So, this cos 2A, people, I am going to replace by that formula 1 minus 2 sin squared A. And plus this cos A I keep like this, and this sin 2A by formula number 15. Can you remember what was the formula number 15 last time we obtained? It is the formula for sin 2A. So what is the formula for sin 2A? 2 sin A cos A. Then this sin 2A we replace by people 2 sin A cos A. Then in the next step, people, we can multiply by this sin A with this 1 and this sin A with this 2 sin squared A. Then see what happens. Sin A and this 1 when you multiply, we get sin A. And here plus and here minus, plus and minus when you multiply, we get minus. Here sin A, we multiply with this 2 sin squared A. This sin squared A and this sin A will give sin cube A. It's like x squared into x form, no people? Neither. Make x squared කියලා ගත්තොත්, make x කියලා ගත්තොත්, x into x squared is x to the power 3, no? Neither. So then here what do you get? 2 sin cube A. And also people here plus 2 sin A, here we have this cos A into cos A. It's like x multiplied by x. X multiplied by x is x squared, no, like that. Cos A into cos A is cos squared A, right? This is cos squared A. People, can you remember we wrote this cos squared A at the very beginning? Basic trigonometric formula when we obtained cos squared A, people, we wrote as 1 minus sin squared A. And remember that. So therefore, what we do next step, we replace this cos squared A as 1 minus sin squared A. Okay, 1 minus sin squared A. And here the left hand side we have sin A minus 2 sin cube A. People, now we can simplify this furthermore. This 2 sin A multiplied by this 1 is 2 sin A, right? So then here we have sin A, and here 2 sin cube A, and this when you multiply, we get 2 sin A, plus and minus make minus. Sin A into sin squared A is sin cube A, but here we have another 2. Then we get, people, 2 sin cube A. 2 sin cube A. Now, this sin A and plus this 2 sin A, they together 3 sin A. 3 sin A. And here minus 2 sin cube A, and here also minus 2 sin cube A. What is that, people? If you take the sin cube A, if you take that sin cube A whole thing as capital X, you have here minus 2x minus 2x. Minus 2x minus 2x is minus 4x. But what is our x in this case? Sin cube A. Then what's the answer? Minus 4 sin cube A. හරි නේද ළමයි? මේ බලන්න. මේක මේ sin cube A කියන එක නා x කියලා හිතන්න. ඒතර ඔබට ලැබෙනවනේ minus 2x කියලා. මෙතනත් එතකොට minus 2x එනවනේ. නේද? එතකොට minus 2x minus 2x කියන්නේ minus 4x. අපි x කිව්වේ කාටද? sin cube A ටනේ. ඒ නිසා ඒක minus sin cube A කියලා එනවා. Minus 4 sin cube A. This is the formula for people sin 3A. මේක තමයි ළමයි අපේ sin 3A formula එක. හරිද? Right. So then people obtain this sin 3A formula. This is the formula number 18. This all formula, people, very important in the future. So therefore, very carefully understand and remember them, right? This is number 18. Now obtain, people, them number 18. Take number 18. We take the number 19. It is the cos 3A formula. Cos 3A formula, right? Okay, cos 3A formula we can obtain. Formula number 2, you can remember. Formula number 2 was cos A plus B. Cos A plus B formula, we know it is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. In that formula, people, for this capital B, we put 2A. Then we get cos 3 formula. People, now in this sin 3 formula, okay, you can see on the right hand side only sin terms we have. This is the standard form for the sin 3A formula. We could have put that in this form too somewhere here, we said, right? Simplifying like this. But sin 3A formula we put on its right hand side only in sine terms. Likewise, people, this cos 3a formula also we supposed to keep on its right hand side only cos terms. හරිද ළමයි? අපි මේ sin 3a formula ගියේ දකුණු පැත්ත sin වලින්මයි තියන්නේ. ඒක තමයි ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් ෆෝම් එක මේ sin 3a formula එකේ. ඒ වගේම cos 3a formula එකත් අපි තියනවා යාගේ right hand side එක cos වලින් පමණක්. Right, so then to take this next formula, it's number 19. What we do is in formula number 2, we put for this capital B 2a. Understand? Right? Formula number 2 ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මතකයි ළමයි cos a plus b නේ. ඒකේ b වෙනුවට දාන්න 2a. දාලා කරගෙන යන දකුණු පැත්ත. ඒකල දකුණු පැත්ත තියන්න උත්සාහ කරන්න cos terms වලින් විතරක්. Okay people, I think everybody can start, right? How to start? Take cos a plus b formula, formula number 2. In that formula, substitute for this capital B, the angle 2 capital A. And in the left hand side, then you get cos 3a. Right hand side, you have to write only in terms of cos. So that is our formula number 19. Understood? Right, people, now we'll then start this. You can start formula number 2. Right. By formula number by 2, what is 2 people? Cos a plus b, no? This cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Okay, people? Right? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. Put b equals 2a. We get cos a plus 2a. Right, people? Here now we have b cos a into cos 2a sin a into sin 2a. Right. The left hand side is cos 3a. Or say this cos 2a, people, we write using the formula number 16. Second form, can you remember? It is 2 cos squared a minus 1, no? Right, put that there. Right. 2 cos squared a minus 1 minus sin a times, people, this sin 2a by formula number 15. What is sin 2a? It is sin 2 sin a cos a, no? Right. 2 sin a times cos a. 2 sin a times cos a. Right, we get like that. Okay. Now, people, we can simplify this. Multiply this to 2 times cos a into cos squared a is cos cube a. Cos a into minus 1 is minus cos a. Right. And here 2 times cos a with this minus sign, I can first write, people, sin a into sin a is sin squared a. Sin squared a. Okay. Now, you know, this sin squared a, people, what is sin squared a? It is 1 minus cos squared a. You can remember this, no? Right. 2 cos cube a minus cos a minus 2 cos a. People, here cos a means 1 cos a, no? Minus 1 cos a minus 2 cos a. It is minus 3 cos a. Wait. I made a mistake. Huge mistake. Sorry for this. This cos a and this you can't add because here is sin squared a as a product. Okay. Right. It's cos a minus 2 cos a times, people, this sin squared a we can write as 1 minus cos squared a, right? 1 minus cos squared a. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we can take this product, this and this and this and this. Okay. Now see what happens. This is 2 cos cube A, right? Minus cos A. This multiplied by this is people minus 2 cos A, right? And this minus make plus 2 times cos A into cos squared D is people cos cube B. Cos cube B. Now here 2 cos cube B plus 2 cos cube B together people 4 cos cube B. 4 cos cube B. And here minus 1 cos A minus 2 cos A, it is like minus 6 minus 2x form, no? Minus 6 minus 2x is minus 3x. Therefore, minus 3 cos A. So, this is the cos 3A formula. So, this is number 19. But now, number 18 was people sin 3A, no? Sin 3A. It is 3 sin A minus 4 sin cube B, number 18. Now, cos 3A is 4 cos cube B minus 3 cos A. This is number 19. People, now this sin 3A and cos 3A formulae, the right hand side. If you can remember this sin 3A as 3 sin A minus 4 sin cube B, very easily you can take this cos 3A. What you need to do is, people, in the sin 3A formulae, this term, bring first, take this secondly, and since we need cos, write these terms as cos. See here, taking this to here, write this sign as cos, what do we get? 4 cos cube B, this is coming. Taking this to here, with minus sign in the middle, 3 cos A coming. So then cos 3A, you can very easily remember. Understand? In the formula sin 3A, it's right hand side, interchange the terms. And instead of sin, now write cos. Then you get the cos 3A formula. Also, people, that's very easy thing to remember. That's our number 90. Okay, right. Now, people, we move to the next one. It is the tan 3A formula. Then now you can guess how to take this tan 3A formula. We use the formula number 5. The fifth formula under AB formula, we obtain this, people, tan A plus B formula. Can you remember this tan A plus B formula? It's right hand side. Okay, what is that, people? මොදලමයි tan A plus B formula. අනිත් මතක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අමාරුවෙන් හරි බලලා හරි කියන්න. ඒ වෙනම පොළ කෑල්ලක ලියාගෙන ඒක බලාගෙන හරි කියන්න ළමයි. නේද? නිතර නිතර බලන දෙයක්, තියෙන දෙයක් ළමයි මතක හිතන වැඩිනේ නේද? ඒක තමයි හැටි. දැන් සාමාන්‍ය මතක තියාගන්න උවමනා දෙයක් හැම වෙලේම මතක් කර ඉන්න. හැම වෙලේම බල බල ඉන්න. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියෙනවා. නේ? දැන් ආස කරන දේවල් දිහා බලපුවම ළමයි අවසරයක් බලනවානේ. ඒ ආසින්දානේ. ආසාව ඇති වෙන්නේ මොකක් නිසාද? ආසාව ඇති වෙනකොට හේතු කීපයක් වෙනවා. සමහර දේවල් දිහා බලනවා මේ ඇහින් බලපුවම තවසරයක් දැක්කුවම ඇසෙන් ලැබෙනවා අපට පුදුම ප්‍රබෝධයක්. A nice feeling coming. To get the feeling again, we look at that again. ඒක නේද අපි ලස්සන එකක් දිහා දෙතුන් වතාව බලනවානේ, හොරෙන් හරි බලනවානේ. එතකොට ළමයි ලස්සනට ආස නිසා බලපුවම මතක හිටින වැඩි. නමුත් මේ මැත්ස් වල කරුණු වගේ දේවල් ළමයි එච්චර අපිට මේ බැලුවට ආස හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක අමාරුයි මේවට ආස වෙන්න. ඒ නිසා මෙවුවා නිකන් පෙනෙන්න තියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි. බලන්න තියාගන්න ඕනේ හැමදේම. ඒකනේ දැන් අපි ඕගොල්ලෝ පාඩම් කරනකොට එහෙම අමතක වෙනකොට ඒක ඉස්සරහම ගහගන්නේ පාඩම් කරන මිනිස්සු ඉස්සරහ. මේව ළමයි අර මොළය ආසාවෙන් ගන්න දේවල් නෙවෙයි මේවා. නේද? අපි ලස්සන දෙයක් දිහා බලපුවාම මොළේට ඕනේ අපිට ඕනේ. ඉතින් අපි ටක් ටක් ගාලා බලපුවම ටක් ගාලා මොළේ මතක තියාගන්න. අපිට කොහොම වුණා වැඩි. නමුත් එහෙම ආසාවක් අපිට මේ ෆෝමියුලා දිහා බලපුවම ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා මේ ෆෝමියුලා ටික මතකේ ඉන්නකල් ගේ ඕගොල්ලෝ පාඩම් කරන කාමර ඉස්සරහ ගහගන්න වෙනම පොලියක ලියලා. ඒතර උදේ දවල් රැ ඒක දිහා තමයි බලන්නේ. ඒතර මේ ටික හොඳට මතක ඉන්නවා. එහෙමයි අපි පුරුදු කරගන්න. බ්‍රේන් එක ළමයි චුට්ට චුට්ට පුරුදු කරගන්න. එයාට දෙන්නේ මෙසේජ් එක අයිසේ අපි දැන් A level කරන්නේ. තමුසේ ඔහොම බුදින්දලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. තමුසේ අපිට උදව් කරනවා. මෙන්න මේව මතක තියාගන්න තමුසේ කියලා බලෙන් දෙන්නේ මිනිහට. ඌ මාර හොඳ එකෙක් වෙයි හිටියා. ඔය මොලේ කියන එක ඌ නරක් වුණොත් අපිත් එක්ක තරහ වුණොත් ඌගෙන් වැඩක් ගන්නම අපිට බෑ. ඌ යාළු කරගන්න බලන්න. ඔක බොහොම ලේසියෙන් යාළු කරගන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද යාළු කරගන්නේ? ඌට දෙන්න. ඔයා මේක ගන්න මට මේක දෙන්න ඕන වෙලාවට. ඔයා තියාගෙන පස්සේ දෙන්න. ඔක ට්‍රේන් කරන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි. හරි. ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ චුට්ටක් මහන්සි වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද මහන්සි? නිතර නිතර Tamanට මතක තියාගන්න ඕන දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් නිතර නිතර බලන්න. නිතර නිතර මතක් කරන්න. අන්න ඒකට මේ මොලේ කැමති. අන්න එතකොට මිනිහා ට්‍රේන් වෙනවා අපිට ඕන දේ අරන් දෙන්න. එහෙමයි ළමයි අපි මතක තියාගන්න ඕන දෙයක් මතක තියාගන්න. හැබැයි එයාව එහෙම ට්‍රේනින් කරපුවාම ළමයි ඕගොල්ලන්ට දැනි මොනවා හරි දෙයක් මතක තියාගන්න ඕන වුණොත් එකම එක වතාවයි ඕගොල්ලන්ට එක අය කවුරු හරි කියන්න ඕනේ. එක වතාවෙම මතක හිටිනවා. ඒ තරම් මෙයා හරි දක්ෂයි. එයා යාළු කරගන්නවා. නැත්තම් ළමයි මිනිහට ඕන දේ තමයි මිනිහා යන්නේ. වෙලාවට කියයි අද බෑ මම පාඩම් කරන්න හිට පාඩම් කරපම් මම හෙට උඹට උදව් කරන්න මතක තියාගන්න කියලා ඌ බුදියනවා. මොකද ඕගොල්ලෝ බුදියනවා. එහෙම බෑ. මෙයා හදාගන්න පුළුවන් ළමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න ළමයි මේ මොලේ කියන එක අපට උනක හදාගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ කම්මැලි වෙන්න එපා. එහෙම වුණොත් මිනිහත් කම්මැලි වෙනවා. නේද? ඉතින් බලන්නකො දැන් අපි මේ මොලෙන් තමයි හදට යන්නේ. මේ තියෙන මොලෙන් තමයි හදට යන්නේ. ඔය තියෙන මොලෙන්ම තමයි ළමයි හිරගෙට යන්නේ මනුස්සේ. බලන්නකො එකම මොලේ පාවිච්චි කරන ක්‍රමයේ වෙනසක් තියෙන්නේ නේ. ඒතර බලන්නකො මේ මොලේ ඕනනම් අපිට හොඳ පැත්තට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් අපි අතේ තමයි ගේම් එක තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ජීවිතේට අමතක වෙන දෙයක් නැවත නැවත මතක් කරගන්න. එහෙම නැතුව ළමයි මේ ලංකාවේ A level කරන්න බෑ. මොකද මතකයේ කියන එක නැත්තම් A level fail ළමයි. කෙටියෙන් කියනවා නම් එච්චරයි. මතකයේ නැත්තම් A level fail. We should have people a huge memory power. Memory power is proportional to good results. In order to create the good memory power, some students they have the good memory power in their birth people, right? Inherent properties. And some of the students, they have to create themselves during the lifetime. It is possible. At the moment, sometimes you find it difficult to keep something in memory long time period. People, pay your more attention on that, which you need to keep in your memory long time. Pay again and again the same attention for that part. Then, of course, people, the brain accept that. Brain is a marvelous thing in our body. Right? Its behavior nobody can still understand. It's a very tame servant, sometimes a cruel soldier. Understand? So that depends on us. Our activity will guide it. Our activity should be to get the benefit of the brain. So then practice it by giving you information that you need in the future for our A-level examination. Okay, people. හැමදාම මේක කරන්න පුළුවන්. මහන්සි වෙන්න ළමයි මට තියාගන්න පුළුවන්. Right. Okay. Now, people will take by formula number 5 we put for this B to A. Right. Right. You know by or we'll write like this. Put B equals to A in formula number 5. What is formula number 5, people? It's tan A plus B, no? Tan A plus B. Tan A plus B formula we wrote tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. Right. So then when I put here for this B 2A, we get tan A plus 2A is equal to tan A plus tan 2A divided by 1 minus tan A into tan 2A. Right? People, to obtain this tan 3A formula, I can remember the recent past examination question we had. That question was starting from tan A plus B formula, obtain the formula for tan 3A, the recent past examination question. Understand? I think it was in 2017 or 16. And the question to obtain the formula for tan 3A in a part of a question at the examination, right? So therefore, don't neglect these things, right? These things are very important, right? So now what we do is, people will keep simplifying this. Right now, A plus 2A is, people, 3A. Tan 3A is equal to, right, this is tan A, tan 2A. Formula number 17 is here for tan 2A. It is 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan squared A. Then we write for this tan 2A, 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan squared A. And here 1 minus tan A times tan 2A is, people, 2 tan A divided by 1 minus tan squared A. Right. Now to take our answer or the formula for tan 2A, people, what we do is this. The numerator this term and this term, denominator this term and this term, we multiply by 1 minus tan squared A. You know, in a fraction, all the terms at the numerator and all the terms at the denominator, when we multiply or divide by the same figure, same value, same real number, same expression, people, the fraction won't change. You know that. Using that fact, to get the standard formula for tan 3A, we have to really eliminate this 1 minus tan squared A from this denominator. For this, the easiest and best way is, people, multiplying these 4 terms by this 1 minus tan squared A. Then this fraction won't change. Thereby, we get the standard formula for tan 3A. Understood, right? Okay, so then what we get is this. Tan 3A is therefore, right, people, here we multiply this by 1 minus tan squared A. This tan A should be multiplied by this. Right. And this whole term, when you multiply by 1 minus tan squared A, I must write this 1 minus tan squared A here, no, people. That thing we can easily cancel down with this. Then it gives us with plus sign 2 tan A. Okay. And when you multiply this 1 by 1 minus tan squared A, when you multiply something by 1, it won't change, no. So therefore, when we multiply this 1 by this 1 minus tan squared A, it is 1 minus tan squared A. And when I write here this 1 minus tan squared A, we said we multiply, no. That 1 minus tan squared A we can cancel down with this. Then we have here 2 tan A and this tan A. 2 tan A is tan squared A. So therefore minus 2 tan square d coming. Understood? So now people, remove the bracket here. What do you get here? Tan A into 1 is tan A. That tan A and this plus 2 tan A together, 3 tan A. Then we can write tan 3A. Tan 3A is, here we get tan A, here 2 tan A, 3 tan A. And people, when you multiply this and this, what you get? Minus tan squared A, tan A, minus tan cubed A. Tan cubed A. Right. So now, what do we have here, people? Here, tan squared A means 1 tan squared A minus 2 tan squared A. If you take this tan squared A as people x squared, what do you have here? Minus x squared minus 2x squared. It is minus 3x squared. So therefore, 1 minus 3 tan squared A. 1 minus 3 tan squared A. This is number 20. Tan 3A is 3 tan A minus tan cube A divided by 1 minus 3 tan squared A. Okay, no? Right. Okay, now there we obtain, people, formula number 20, no? Right, we obtain the formula number 20. Right. Now, people, the next formula are going to be half angle formulae. Okay, another 3 more half angle formula we have. Right. We now up to here, all these 20 formula, people, we obtained by using the very first two formulae, sin A plus B and cos A plus B formulae. Understood? Okay. Yeah. See here, as I told you last week, if you can manage to get that two formulae, sin A plus B and cos A plus B, people, up to you all the formulae, now you can take. Right? You are reading හරියද ළමයි අපි දැන් මේ ෆෝමියුලා 20ම ගත්තේ හරිය මුල් දෙකෙන් නේ. හරි. රෝල් මේ ටික උනාට පස්සේ තනියම පන්තියක් කරන්න ගෙදරදී. පන්ති ළමයි ටිකක් ඉන්නකොට හිතාගෙන කාමරේ දොර වහගෙන ඒ කටට උගන්වනවා කියලා හිතාන උගන්වන්න. ඒ පුදුම මතකයක් එන්නේ ළමයි. ඒ වගේම පුදුම විශ්වාසයක් එන්නේ. ඒ වගේම මේවා ඉගෙනගෙන ඒ වගේ උගන්වන්න හරි ආසාවකුත් ඇති වෙනවා. ඒකෙන් තමයි ළමයි අපි අර දක්ෂකම හදාගන්න. එහෙම කරන්න. ඕකට දොර වහගන්න. නැත්තම් මේ නංගි කෙනෙක් හරි මල්ලි කෙනෙක් හරි දැක්කොත් එහෙම එක එක කිව්වා කියයි උගලොත්. හරි? නමුත් ඒවා තමයි ළමයි දේශම ක්‍රම මේ ඇත්තටම මේ මතක තියාගන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දන්න දෙයට වඩා දෙයක් දන්නවා කියලා හිතෙන්නේ අපිට එතකොටයි. ඇයි අපි මේක කියලා දෙනකොට ළමයි ටිකක් වගකීමෙන් කියන්නේ. මේක වැරදුනොත් එimhe ලැජ්ජත් වෙනවා මේවනේ. ඒ නිසා අපි හොඳට හිතලා බලලා අපි කන්සන්ට්‍රේෂන් එක ගොඩාක් දෙනවා. එතකොට ළමයි මේක හොඳට මතක ඉන්නවා. මේ දැන් අපි උගන්වපුවාම කම්බයින්ඩ් සිලබස් එකේ හැම දෙයක්ම අස්සක් මුල්ලක් නහර අපිට මතකයි. ඇයි ළමයි? හැම දෙයක්ම කරන්නේ මේකනේ. ඒක. Okay. Right. Now 20 formula. Okay. Right. Now people, next one is write down. Then ළමයි ළඟට half angle formulae. Write down half angle formulae. Half angle formulae. Half angle formulae. People, we take 21, 22 and 23 half angle formulae. To take them, what we do is we use that formula number 15, 16 and 17. Formula number 15 was sin 2a. 16 was cos 2a. Cos 2a had 3 forms. And number 17 is tan 2a. Right? So then tan 2a we have here. Then I write the sin 2a. It was what, people? 2 sin a into cos a, no? This is number 15, no? Right. And then this cos 2a, there were 3 formulae, right? This is cos square d minus sin square d, and 2 cos square d minus 1, and 1 minus 2 sin square d. This all three together is number 16. To take people half angle formulae, it's 21, 22, and 23. What we do is this. In formula number 15, 16, and 17, we substitute for every a by 2. Instead of this angle A, capital A, we substitute a by 2. They divide by, then we get half angle formula. Then we write that one. Right now, that is put for 2a or put uh, put a by 2 for a in formulae 15, 16, and 17. Put a by 2 for capital A in formulae 15, 16, and 17. Right? Then what happens, people? By 15, what do we get? By 15. What do you get, people? Here, we put for this a by 2. Then this and this we can cancel down. No? This a by 2, this a by 2. Then what do you get? Sine a equals what? 2 sine a by 2 cos a by 2. Understand? Then we get sine a equals 2 sine a by 2 into cos a by 2. This is number 21. Okay. By 16, right? Here, when you put for this a by 2, here a by 2, here a by 2, here a by 2. This you can cancel down, this you can cancel down, this you can cancel down. We get to the left hand side cos a. Then right hand side here, a by 2, a by 2, a by 2, a by 2. Then we get number 22. There are three formulae for cos a in half angles, right? So this set of formulae are called as half angle formulae. Right hand side, we have half of a by 2 is there. That is why these are called as half angle formula, right? Then we get cos a has three formula, people here. Cos a. First one is cos square d by 2 minus sin square d by 2. Second one, 2 cos square d by 2 minus 1. Third one, 1 minus 2 sin squared a by 2. These three together, we take as the formula number 22. Right now? Okay. And the next one, by number 17, we can write. By 17, by number 17, we get, people, when I put a by 2 for this a, this and this we can cancel down. No, we get tan a. Tan a we can write as 2 tan a by 2 divided by 1 minus tan squared a by 2. This is number 23. Okay, no? Right. Number 23. Okay, now another, how many people? another 5 more. Another 3 more. Thereafter, we have some other theories. Then, today we can come to the end of the all theories. Thereafter, fortunately, next day onwards, we can do some questions in the tutorial. Yeah, when we do these questions, people, you will realize what importance of this formula we have. Okay, right. Right, people, now we'll come to the next one. Right. Next one is this. Right, the next one, uh, sine theta and cos theta in terms of t, where t equals tan theta by 2. Sine theta and cos theta in terms of t, where t equals tan theta by 2. This is not the standard formula, people. This formula we use in integration lesson under pure maths. Under pure maths. And some more places are there where we apply this one. So therefore, in this theta terms on itself, we'll learn this formula. Right? මේකත් තමයි අපි integration වල use කරනවා. තවත් තැන් කීපයක අපි use කරනවා මේක. ඒ නිසා මේක standard form එකෙම අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. Right. Now to obtain that one, this is what I do. People, by using this number 21, I can write sine A like this, no? If I put for this a theta, then we get sine theta. Then what is this sine theta? 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. Understand? Right. This is the heading now. This is my heading. Yeah. Sine theta is 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2, no? That is by number 21. Right, people, now here when we write this way, really what do you have this denominator? You know, when we write 100, that is nothing but 100 divided by 1. The denominator is 1. Likewise, here too, the denominator we have 1. Then I write that one again. Sine theta is equal to 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 divided by 1. This one, people, I am going to write by an expression whose value is always 1. Understand? As that expression, I write here what? Cos square theta by 2 plus sine square theta by 2. Can remember under basic formulae, very first formula we obtained is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Here, people, as that angle there we said theta, now we have theta by 2. අර ළමයි අපි ඉස්සරම ඉගෙන ගත්ත මොකද්ද මේ ෆෝමියුලා එක නේද? sin square theta plus cos square theta equals 1 කියලා. මෙතන මේ angle එක theta කියන කෙනා, this angle theta here, people, can be any angle. When we divide this theta by 2, what we get? When you put that here and here, still this sum is 1. When we divide this theta by 4, and the resulting angle when we put here and here, still this sum is 1. Like that, people. The one we had here, now I can write how? Cos squared theta by 2 plus sin square theta by 2. This one we write for what, people? For that one, this denominator we had. Understood? This fraction won't change due to writing like this. Okay? Okay. Now what happens is this. Now, people, this right hand side is a fraction, no? It has a numerator and denominator. We know in a fraction, both the numerator and denominator, we can divide by the same value. It won't change. This time what I do is, people, the numerator and denominator both we divide by cos squared theta by 2. Why? To get the standard form of this sine theta in terms of t. Understood? Right? Then we write that sine theta is equal to what? 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 divided by cos squared theta by 2. And these two terms we should divide by cos squared theta by 2. You see. Right, no people. Right. Then now I allow you to take the next part of this simplification and to obtain the next formula number 24. Right? Take a little time, people, and simplifying. Get this formula number 24. I think you can do this now. It's very easy. Then shall I do this first? Then 24, 25 you can take. Yeah, people, here, what is meant by this cos squared theta by 2? It is really cos theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. No? Then one term of this cos theta by 2, you can cancel with this. Then another one cos theta by 2 term remains here. Then no need to write another one more step to show that. Finally, after cancelling this, only one cos theta by 2 term should be here, no? To remain such a way that to remain, people, we cancel down this cos theta by 2 with this 2. Why? When you remove that 2 from there, our expectation will be okay. We should get here cos theta by 2, no? That will come. It doesn't say this cos theta by 2, we cancel down with this 2. ළමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ දේ මොකද්ද? මේක මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා cos theta by 2 කියලා term එකක් විතරක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් ඒව ලැබෙන විදිහට අනිත් එක අයින් කරලා දාමු. තේරුණාද? Right. Then this 2 we can cancel down, people. We get 1. Then here what do we have? Sine squared theta by 2 divided by cos squared theta by 2. Sine squared divided by cos squared කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ළමයි? Tan squared theta by 2. Then here sine theta by 2 divided by cos theta by 2 is tan theta by 2. Understood? So now you can write that formula, right? That formula is now sine theta is equal to 2 times tan theta divided by 2 divided by 1 plus tan squared theta by 2. This is number, not number. Before that, we have to put another one more. Right, people, but what is tan theta by 2? What is tan theta by 2? Tan theta by 2 means, people, t, no? Tan theta by 2 is t. We use the substitution for this whole term tan theta by 2. We put t. Then what do you get there? 2t divided by 1 plus t square. 2 divided by 1 plus t square. This is number 20, number 24. Right. Number 25, people, is theta. Cos theta. To take cos theta in terms of t. Is the number 25. Let's see what is that. People, that cos theta, here we wrote cos A, like cos squared a by 2 minus sin squared a by 2. Then if we write theta here, we get cos theta. What is cos theta? Cos squared theta by 2 minus sin squared theta by 2. Understand? From that only we start the formula for cos theta in terms of t. Understood? Right. Okay. I will write that one. Right. We can write people cos theta. Cos theta is what? Cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. Cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. But as we said earlier, people, this contains one more. That one we again write how, people? Cos square theta by 2 plus sin square theta by 2. Okay, right. We write the next line. Cos theta is equal to cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. Here we have one more. That one we write as cos square theta by 2 plus sin square theta by 2. Okay. Now, people, the numerator these two terms and the denominator these two terms, all four terms divided by cos square theta by 2. And take this time the formula for cos theta in terms of tan theta. That means tan theta by 2. That means in terms of t. Right? I think now you can do this. Right? Right, people, now we wrote this cos theta by following this. If we have a here, a by 2 here, and here we have. Then if we put for this a theta, we get cos theta equals cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. This one comes. When you write this way, people, something, its denominator is 1. Then when you draw a line here, below that we have 1. That line is here. Then this must be 1, no? We know. This is 1 more. Cos square theta by 2 plus sin square theta by 2, 1. Really, we should have 1 before this, 1 below this. For this 1 only, people, we write this expression, because whatever this angle, cos squared angle plus sin squared same angle, all is 1. හරිද ළමයි? angle එකක cos වල perfect square එකයි ඒකෙම sin ගේ perfect square එකයි add කරපුවම angle එක මොකක් වුණත් ඒ sum එක 1 වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි අපි අර basic formula වල number 1 වලින් ගත්තේ. Right. Now what we do is this. Here also, people, we divide the two terms and the numerator and the two terms and the denominator. All the four terms we divide by, people, cos square theta by 2. And then what we get? Cos theta is equal to cos square theta by 2 divided by cos square theta by 2. Cos square theta by 2 divided by cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2 divided by cos square theta by 2. Cos square theta by 2 divided by cos square theta by 2. Sin square theta by 2 divided by cos square theta by 2. These two we can cancel down, we get 1. These two we can cancel down, we get 1. Sin squared divided by cos squared is equal to tan squared theta by 2. Here also tan squared theta by 2. Right? And then we get 1 minus tan squared theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan squared theta by 2. Okay, now, people? But what is tan theta by 2? It is this t. Put that t where? Here, here. Then we get cos theta. Cos theta is now 1 minus t squared divided by 1 plus t squared. Right. This should be number 25. No? Number 25 is this. Right. Now 25 formula we obtained. Right. Another 3 more. Three more. Three more. Right. Right. Now we'll see how to take 26 and 27. 26 and 27. Right. 26 and 27 formulate people writing sine 2 theta and cos 2 theta in terms of tan theta. That also we need in some simplifications. And when you work out a question in the future, like integration differentiation and some other places where we come across the simplifications, we need. හරි ඒවත් අපට ඕන ළමයි මේ එකක්වත් ළමයි අඩු වැඩි නෑ ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ වැඩේට ඒ නිසා මේ ඔක්කොම ටික මතක තියාගන්න වැඩිත් නෑ අඩුත් නෑ රයිට් ඒ නිසා මේ ටික මතක තියාගන්න මතක තියෙන්න ඕන ළමයි මතක තිබුණ නැත්නම් මේ මැච් එක ගහන්න බැරි වෙනවා මතක තියෙන්න ඕන මතකේ තමයි අංක එක ඒ නිසා මේව නැවත නැවත මතක් කරගන්න රයිට් ඕකේ සමහර දේවල් නම් තියෙනවා අපිට මතක් කර කර ඉන්න හරි ආසහිතනේව නේද ඒවා මතක් කර කර ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ මතක් වෙනවා නිකම්ම නමුත් මේවා එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැ රසවත් නැහැ මේවා රසවත් දේවල් තමයි මතක හිටින්නේ සහ මතක තියා ගන්න අමාරු නැත්තේ සමහර දේවල් තියෙනවා මතක තියාගත්තාම අමතක කරන්න බැරි ඒවා තියෙනවා නේ ඒව කොහොමද ඒව මෙවත් එක තියාගත්තනම් මෙව්ව ඒව වුණා නම් කොහොමද එහෙනම් ඉතින් ඔක්කොටම මේ පාසස් තියෙන්නේ maths වලට සමහර දේවල් තියෙනවනේ අපිට අමතක කරන්න බැරි ඒවා තියෙනවා අන්න ඒව මෙව්ව කරගත්තා නම් ඕගොල්ලෝ දිනුම් ගේම් එකෙන් එහෙම කරගන්න බලන්න ඒවල් පාස් වෙනකම් ඊට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඊට පස්සේ එපාද කියලා නෑ ළමයි ඒවල් පාස් වෙනකල් තියෙන පුරුද්ද ආය ලේසින් ජීවිතය අතරින්න බෑ ඒවල් පාස් වුණාට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ තව කැම්පස් එකකින් තව තැනක ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ එතකොට ඒ පුරුද්ද එනවා එහෙනම් ජීවිතේම ගොඩ එහෙම දෙයක් කරගත්තා නම් මේක වැඩි ගොඩ ටික දවසකට මේව ටික එහෙම කරගන්නකො අර වේසි වැඩේ කරන්න යන්න right okay people now we'll take number 26 and 27 right 26 and 27 right 26 and 27 are these people right we write this way to write sine 2 theta and cos 2 theta in terms of tan theta in terms of tan theta this is also another important one right for this people this is what I use you know sine 2a formula it is 2 sine a cos a no this is coming by formula number 15 now I write for this a angle theta then we get sine 2 theta for this a we write theta we get like this sine 2 theta here people the denominator is still 1 no now what I do is this denominator 1 I write an expression whose value is always 1 as that expression I take people cos squared theta plus sin squared theta understand yeah and then we'll start sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta this one we write තමයි මේ 1 අපි ලියන්නේ කොහොමද හැම වෙලෙම value එක 1 වෙන expression එකක් එතෙන්ට දානවා අපි කමන්නේ 1 තිබ්බත් එකයි හැම වෙලෙම එකට සමාන වෙන එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකක් නම් තිබ්බත් හරියනේ. ඒ එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එක විදිහට අපි ගන්න කවුද ළමයි? cos square theta plus sin square theta. cos square theta plus sin square theta. Okay, අපි ගන්න. Now what we do? Now both numerator and denominator we divide by cos square theta. Then we get right hand side in terms of tan theta. Understood? Right. Now start. ගන්න ළමයි දැන්. Sin 2 theta. We divide this numerator. Cos square theta. And denominator both terms we divide by cos square theta. One cos theta term you can cancel down with this 2 here. This cos square theta and this cos square theta, we can cancel down, we get 1. Tell what is this sin squared divided by cos squared? It is tan squared. Understood? Right? Yeah. So then what do you get? Sin 2 theta is equal to sin by cos is tan 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus sin squared by cos squared is tan squared. Tan squared theta. So this is number 26, no? 26 years. Right. Like that you can obtain cos 2 theta. Cos 2 theta we write in terms of people tan theta. Theta. We need in terms of tan theta. Right. How to write cos 2 theta? People, you know cos 2a formula number 16. We had 3 forms for cos 2a. Its first one was what? Cos squared a minus sin squared a. We use that. Cos squared a minus sin squared a. If I write for this a theta, the right hand side we get cos squared theta minus sin squared theta. Then cos 2 theta is equal to cos squared theta minus sin squared theta. Now, here people, this denominator is 1. Cos 2 theta is equal to cos squared theta minus sin squared theta. This denominator is 1. That 1 I can write as cos squared theta plus sin squared theta. Understood? Now what we do is, people, again this numerator and denominator, all these 4 terms we divide by cos squared theta. Right? Then we get the formula for cos 2 theta in terms of tan theta. In terms of tan theta. Understood? Right. Take people now. Right now. What do you get? So we can cancel down, we get 1. Sin squared divided by cos squared means people tan squared. So we can cancel down, we get 1 plus tan squared. Right. So this is number 27. Right. Another one more. Another one more. Then half of the game, people, we have already won. Number 27, yes, please. Your board opening, no? Right. Yes. Number 28, last formula. Hmm? Number 28. Hold on, next one. Formula for tan A plus B plus C. Right. Formula for tan A plus B plus C. Hmm? This is number 28. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's see how to take this. Right. Shall I erase this board here? Are you got this? Okay. People, I'm going to open this tan A plus B plus C form. So you need some particular comfortable what area to write these expressions, right? Right. The more space you need, more area. Yeah. People, now this A and B are two angles, no? When you add them up, the answer is another angle. Therefore, this A plus B sum. A is an angle like 20 degrees. B is another angle like 30 degrees. Then 20 plus 30 is that A plus B. 20 plus 30 will give one angle at 60. නේද? A කියන angle එක 20 degree වුණොත් B කියන angle එක 30 degree වුණොත් A plus B කියන sum එකෙන් ලැබෙන්නේ තනි angle එකක් 50 degree කියලා. So therefore people we can consider this A plus B as a single angle. It's 50 no, for example now. If we take this as alpha, for example for our convenience of thinking අපිට හිතන්න පහසුකට එහෙම ගන්නවා. මේ දෙන්නගේ sum එකෙන් එක angle එකක් ලැබෙනවා. ඒක අපි alpha කියලා ගන්නවා. Right. This is another angle. Then this within bracket we have sum of two angles. Sum of two angles with tan. It's like tan A plus B. It's like tan A plus B. Formula number 5, no? What is tan A plus B? Tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. එන ළමයි මෙහෙමයි. මේක අපි එකක් කියලා ගන්නවා. මේක තව එකක් කියලා ගන්නවා. ඒතර බ්‍රැකට් එක අතර තියෙන්නේ angles දෙකක sum එක මේ වගේ නේ. ඒක මෙහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් අර මෙතන තියෙන A කියන කෙනා මෙන්න මේ දෙන්න කියලා හිතාගෙන අර එක්ස්පැන්ෂන් එක මේ දකුණු පැත්තේ ලියන්න බලන්න ළමයි. පුළුවන්. මොකවත් නෙවෙයි. මේ A කියන්නේ මෙතන ඇල්ෆා කියලා ගන්න. ඇල්ෆා දාගෙන ලියන්න යන්න. ඉතින් ඇල්ෆා වලට A + B දාන්න ආයෙත් ස්ටෙප් එකක් ගන්න එපා. ඒ ස්ටෙප් එකේම ඇල්ෆා වෙනකොට A + B දාන්න. පුළුවන්. කරන්න බෑ. tan A plus B tan alpha plus tan C. Now that means this numerator divided by 1 minus tan, right. මෙතන තියෙන කෙනානේ ළමයි මෙතෙන් ඉන්නේ. හරි. මෙයා ඉන්නේ මෙතෙන්ට. හරිද? දැන් ඉතින් මේ ඇල්ෆාගෙන් අපිට වැඩක් නැහැ. Now here we have tan A plus B. That we can again expand by this. Tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. Expand it now. Equal. I write this one. Hmm? I'll write that. Tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B plus tan B. Here 1 minus this one. We have to put a bracket here because before this we have minus sign. Then we write this one. What is that? Tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B into tan C. Up to here. Now I think you can easily understand. Now people, we want to eliminate this 1 minus tan A tan B from here and here. හිතන්න ළමයි අපිට මෙන්න මේ 1 minus tan A tan B කියන එක නා ඔතනින් සහ මෙතනින් අයින් කරගන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ලේසියෙන් වැඩි ළමයි එහෙම කෙනෙක් ඩිනෝමිනේටර් එකක් අයින් කරගන්න ලේසියෙන් වැඩි මොකද්ද? ඒ ඩිනෝමිනේටර් එකෙන්ම මේ හැම ටර්ම් එකක්ම උඩ යටයි අපි මල්ටිප්ලයි කරමු. ෆ්‍රැක්ෂන් එක උඩ යටයි දෙකම එකම වැලියු එකකින් මල්ටිප්ලයි කරා කියලා ෆ්‍රැක්ෂන් එක චේන්ජ් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක මේ ෆ්‍රැක්ෂන් එක චේන්ජ් වෙන විදිහට මොකවත් කරන්න බෑ people. We can't do anything so that by that the fractional value changes. Then of course people, we are really working out not the given one by changing it, our own one now we are working out. So therefore we have to ensure by doing particular operation, it does not anyway affect to original answer, original value, original fraction. That is why we divide or multiply all the terms at the numerator and denominator by the same value. Okay. Therefore, our intention is to eliminate this 1 minus tan A tan B from this space and this space. For that, the best thing is multiply this term, this term, this term, and this term all four by 1 minus tan A tan B. Understood? Right. Then we can do it like this. I'll write that at the top. Tan A plus B plus C. Right. When you multiply this term by this, that we write we are here, no? This and this can be cancelled out. So what do you get? Tan A plus this tan B only. And this tan C we should multiply by this. Tan C times 1 minus tan A tan B. Right. Now this term and this term we should again multiply by this 1 minus tan A tan B. So now people, when I write 1 minus tan A tan B before this into 1, what happens? The same thing is coming. But what we write here, this thing, no? 1 minus tan A tan B. 1 minus tan A times tan B. And people, minus sign we have. Now this term also we multiply by this 1 minus tan A tan B, writing that here, no? In that part we cancel with this. Then what do you get? Between bracket tan A plus tan B times tan C. Open the bracket, tan A plus tan B times tan C. Okay, now people, now very simple. Remove this bracket by multiplying by this tan C. Remove this bracket by multiplying by this tan C, both. And right, that is the formula number 28, tan A plus B plus C and tan. Right. Done lamai එක දැන්. Yeah. How do you get there? Tan A plus tan B plus R. Multiply by this tan C. Tan C into 1 is tan C. Tan C into this means here plus here minus together minus. It's now tan A tan B tan C. Tan A tan B tan C. Right. Divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay. We have to multiply this tan C with this tan A. Meantime, this side we have to multiply by minus sign. Then what do you get? Minus tan A tan C. And this tan C and this tan B. Multiplied by minus sign from this side. Then minus and plus make minus, no. Tan B tan C. Tan B tan C. Now we got number 28. Right. Can you remember this tan A plus B plus C formula, people? ඔන්න මතක තියාගන්න පුළුවන්? පුළුවන් ද නෙවෙයි මතක තියාගන්න වෙනවා. නේද? Right. Tan A plus B plus C formula is what, people? Tan A plus tan B plus tan C minus tan A tan B tan C divided by 1 minus tan A tan B minus tan A tan C minus tan B tan C. Understood? Okay. Very easy. Very easy. After practicing this, people. After practicing this. Right. That's all the formula. With this 28 formula plus that 3 basic formula, altogether 31 formula. And can remember another 27 results, sine 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta, and so on. That 31 formulae plus that 27. With them only, people, we do everything in this trigonometry. හැම වැඩක්ම ළමයි ඔය ටිකෙන් තමයි trigonometry අපි කරන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔය ටික හොඳට තිබ්බා කියලා කියන්නේ trigonometry වලින් අපි නිදහස්. නේද? එනිසා පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙන්නේ කරන්න. ඔය ටික පොඩ්ඩක් මතක තියාගන්න. පොඩි දෙයක් නේ ළමයි තියෙන්නේ. අපි හිතමුකෝ සත්‍යකින් අපිට මේක මතක තියාගන්න බෑ කියලා. ෆෝමියුලා තියෙන්නේ 28 නේ. එක මාසයක එක ෆෝමියුලා එකක් එක දවසට මතක තියාගන්න ළමයි. පුළුවන් නේ. මාස යනකොට ෆෝමියුලා 31 පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඉතින් බලන්නකෝ මාසෙකින් ඔක හොඳට පුළුවන් කරගන්න පුළුවන් බව පේනවනේ ඕගොල්ලෝනේ. එක දවසට එකක් පුළුවන් නේ ළමයි. එක දවසට පුළුවන්. මාසෙනේ යන්නේ. ඉතින් හිතන්නකෝ 21 අවුරුද්දේ එක්සෑම්ස් වලට ලියන්න යන අයියේ කෙනෙකුට හරි අක්කා කෙනෙකුට හරි ඔය ෆෝමියුලා වලින් මොකක් හරි ෆෝමියුලා එකක් අහපුවම බෑ කිව්වොත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොකද්ද හිතෙන්නේ? හොඳට වැඩ කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා හිතනවානේ. ඉතින් ළමයි එහෙම ළමයි ඉතින් ෆේල් වෙන්නේ නැද්ද? එහෙම අය ෆේල් වෙන්න ඕනද නැද්ද? ඕන්නේ නෑ. කවුරුත් ෆේල් වෙන්න ඕනේ නෑ. එහෙනම් ෆේල් වෙන්නේ ඇයි ළමයි? ඔය කම්මැලිකම නැති උනන්දුවෙන් වැඩ කරන දක්ෂ අය තමයි මේ නීච එක හොයන්නේ උඩින්ම ගිහිල්ලා වගකීමෙන් වැඩ කරන තන්තුරු වල තියන්නේ. ඉංජිනේර කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත් ළමයි එච්චර වැඩ ප්‍රමාණයක් එයා අතින් වෙන්න පුළුවන් කෙනෙක්. එයා ඔය කම්මැලි වෙලා බාගෙට වැඩ කරන කෙනෙක් වුණොත් ඉස්සරහට හදන පාලමක් මොකක් වෙයිද? ඉස්සරහට හදන ඒරෝප්ලේන් එකක් මොකක් වෙයිද? ඉස්සරහට හදන නැවක් මොකක් වෙයිද? හරි ෂෝක් මේ වගේ කට්ටිය ගත්තාම. එහෙනම් ළමයි ඔතෙන්ට යන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ ඔය දක්ෂකමත් එක්ක අනිත් ස්කිල්ස් ටිකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. කම්මැලිකමත් එක්ක ළමයි යාළු වෙන්න එපා. ඔය තියෙන ළමයිගේ කම්මැලිකම. And almost people now 3 years they are working with me now. They came to my class 2019 January. So now they are going to sit the examination next year February 7th. 3 years and 1 month. You don't believe people. Some students in 21 batch, actually I can remember most of the students okay, but very few students they can't even remember sin A plus B cos A plus B. This 31 formula they can't remember. So then how can we get A pass? How can I give them A pass people? No, no. අපට දෙන්න බෑ ඒකට ළමයි. ඒ නිසා මෙව තීරුම් ගන්න ළමයි. ආවට ගියට වැඩ කරලා A level pass වෙන්න බෑ ළමයි. පාස් වෙන්න ටිකක් මහන්සි වෙන්න ඕනේ. මතක තියාගන්න. දවසට එකයි. මාසෙන් ගේම ඉවරයි. ඒක අවුරුදු 3ක් කරලා බෑ කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි. ලස්සට පාඩම් කරලා තියෙනවා ඇතිනේ. ඉතින් පාස් වුණොත් තමයි පොදු මේ වගේ අය. ඒ නිසා ඒ වගේ වෙන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ තියාගන්නකො මුලින්ම ළමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. මේ අවුරුදු දෙක ළමයි කානිවල් අවුරුදු දෙකක් නෙවෙයි. ගොඩක් අය හිතනවා අපි early grades වල නම් මාස 3කට සැරයක් ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් තිබ්බා. හරි වාදී. දැන් නම් අවුරුදු දෙකකට පස්සේ තමයි එක්සෑම් තියෙන්නේ. මේකේ මචං ගහමු හොද පිස්සුවක් කියලා. ඔය ළමයි එහෙම කතා කරනවා. එහෙම ළමයි පිස්සුවක් ගියපුවා ජීවිතේම පිස්සු වෙනවා. ඇයි? O level නෙමෙයි ළමයි ජීවිතේ එක්සෑම් එක කියන්නේ A level. A level ගොඩ ගියොත් ජීවිතේම ගොඩ A level පල්ලෙහාට આવුත් ළමයි ආයෙ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ජීවිතේ ගොඩ දාගන්න ආයෙ මහන්සි වෙනවා. ඉතින් A level මැච් කරන ඕගොල්ලෝගේ කැම්පස් යන රිසල්ට්ස් තියෙන්න ඕනේ නෑ ළමයි. A level සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පාස් වුණත් ඕගොල්ලෝ ජොබ්ස් වලට යන්න පුළුවන්. ජොබ් එකකට නොගියත් ළමයි ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ මැත්ස් එක්ක ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ලොජිකල් මයින්ඩ් එක නිසා ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පෞද්ගලික ව්‍යාපාරයක් හරි හරියට කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට වඩා ළමයි ඕගොල්ලෝ ටික දවසක් A level පාස් වෙලා ටික දවසක් ගියාට පස්සේ අනිත් අයත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ වෙලා බලනකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ හැම පැත්තෙම ඉස්සරහින් වගේ ඕගොල්ලෝ දැනෙනවා. ඒක ඕගොල්ලෝගේ ඉස්සරහා ලයිෆ් එකේ ඊළඟ වැඩවලට ඕගොල්ලොන්ට ඩ්‍රයිවිං ෆෝස් එකක් වෙනවා. නේද? ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒ වගේ এডুকেෂන් එකක් අරන් තිබුණාම ඕගොල්ලෝ පොඩි ළමයි වගේ හැමදාම ඉන්නේ නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ යම් දවසක දෙමව්පියෝ වෙනවා. ඒත් ඕගොල්ලෝගේ දරුවන්ට ඕගොල්ලෝ ඒ තියෙන නොලෙජ් එකෙන්ම තමයි ඉස්සරහට යන්න තල්ලුවක් දෙන්නේ. ඒකෙන් විශිෂ්ට පරපුරක් බිහි වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේක ළමයි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කියන එක ගොඩක් අය මෙතන බුද්ධ ධර්මයේ අය ඇති. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ බුද්ධ ධර්මයේ දැන් ගොඩක් මුස්ලිම් අය මේ ළමයි දාපිරු එහෙම මට මතකයි. බුද්ධ ආගම මුස්ලිම් ළමයි බුද්ධ ආගම ඕලල් වලට කරලා ඒ පාස් එකක් යාලා තියෙනවා. එයා ඉන්නේ මගේ මණ්ඩේ ගෲප් එකේ. දාපිරු. නිසා අපිට ආගමික ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ ළමයි. හරි දේ අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ කොහෙද තිබුණත්. ඉතින් අපි දන්නා මේ බුද්ධ ධර්මයේ කියනවා ළමයි අපි මේ ඔළුවෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න ඔළුවට ගන්න දේවල් අපි හැම සැරේම ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියනවා. ඒකට සමහර අය ඉන්න පුළුවන් ඊළඟ සෝල් එකක් විශ්වාස කරන්නේ නැති. නමුත් අපි බුද්ධ ධර්මයේ ඊළඟ සෝල් එකක් ආත්මය ගැන විශ්වාස කරනවා. ඒක අපි කියනවනේ ළමයි මේ ආත්මය අපි ගත්ත දේවල් මේ ෆිසිකල් බොඩි එක අපිට නැතුණාට මෙන්ටලි අපි ගන්න මේක ඉස්සරහට ගෙනියනවා. ඊළඟ ආත්මික ඔයගොල්ලෝ මැත්ස් කරන්න යනකොට ළමයි මේ ඉගෙනගෙන ඔළුව හදාගෙන තියෙන දේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඊළඟට ලේසි වෙනවා. ඒකනේ ටක් ගාලා මැත්ස් අල්ලගන්න කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. ටිකක් පරක් වෙලා අල්ලගන්න කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. ගොඩාක් වෙලා ගිහින් අල්ලගන්න කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. මොකද ළමයි මේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් එක. ඒක තමයි කලින් ආත්මවල ඒක කරලා තියෙන දක්ෂකම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේ සැරේ මැත්ස් කරලා A තුනක් ගන්න බැරුණොත් C තුනක් ගත්තොත් ඊළඟ සැරේ B තුනක් ගන්න ළමයි මේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් එක ඕනට වුණා වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේක අපිට හැමදාටම වටිනවා මේ බ්‍රේන් එක ටියුන් කරගන්නවා කියන එක. ඒක කරගන්න මේක හැමදාටම ඕගොල්ලෝම පස්සෙන් එනවා ඊට පස්සේ. Right. Okay. Now we will move to next set of theories. By completing that, we can come to the questions. Okay. Right. Now those things are this. Right. People will write another small heading. Right. Write down this way, people. Values of sin theta, cos theta, and tan theta. For theta equals 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree, 135 degree, 150 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, 360 degrees. Here's the next heading. Is the next heading, people. Right. Yeah. First, I am going to take the answers for sine, cos, tan for the angles 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. For this all, I am going to take sine, cos, tan values. Thereafter, this 30, 45, 60, 120, 135, 150. That is the end of our first session. Then we can do the questions. Right. To take the answers for the first angles, people, I consider in this OXY plane of quadrants a circle with radius 1. A circle with radius 1, I consider. We take a circle of radius 1 unit. Okay? Radius 1 unit. Y-axis, x-axis, negative x-axis, negative y-axis. Right. So here this is 90. This is the origin node. And the radius of the circle, this length is 1 unit. Okay. Right. And you know this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. The radius is 1 unit, people. Huh? Now suppose we consider that OP line segment that can easily rotate around this point O. I take it as OP with the angle this as theta. Theta. Now we drop the perpendicular from this P on y-axis and on x-axis like this. Right, ළමයි? මේ diagram එක අපි use කරනවා. Right? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මගේ maths ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට කිසිම දෙයක් කටපාඩම් කරන්න නෑ ළමයි. හැම දෙයකම හේතු තියෙනවා. හරි? ඒ නිසා මේක කතාවක් වගේ මගේ තියාගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තමයි දක්ෂව බිහි වෙන්නේ. Right. I think we'll write people one sentence. Write down. Consider a circle on the plane of quadrants with center at origin O and radius 1 right. People now draw this diagram. Right, people? Okay, this length is 1, no? The radius is 1, no? Then what I do is this, people. I'm going to define of this angle theta, sine theta and cos theta by using the perpendicular projections. Understood, right? By using the perpendicular projections, I am going to write the sine theta and cos theta. Okay? Right. We'll see what happens. Right. Okay? Sine theta. What is that, people? Sine theta? Perpendicular projection of this OP on y-axis. It is ON divided by OP. ON divided by OP. But what is this OP? It is the radius, no? Our radius is 1, no? Then OP is 1, right? OP is 1. When OP is 1, really, people, what do you get? ON divided by 1. It is ON. Therefore, sine theta is equal to ON. Okay. Similarly, we can write cos theta. What is, people, cos theta? Perpendicular projection of this OP on x-axis. On x-axis. It's OM divided by OP length. But people, this OP length is 1, no? OM divided by 1. It is nothing but OM. So therefore, cos theta is OM, right? This we now have, right? Obtain them too. That also you can very easily understand, right? Yeah, take them. Okay. Right now, people. Alright. Harnil lamai then. Okay. In a mum metana diagram guys. The summary. Sine theta is equal to O in cos theta is equal to O in. Right. Now, people, we'll see next thing. Right. First thing is this, people. Number 1. Theta 0. Right. Theta 0. People, once you need this theta to bring to 0, this OP line segment, you have to rotate towards the x-axis, not this way. Once you rotate like that, this OP line segment towards the positive x-axis, this angle will be gradually coming to 0. Once you rotate this OP line around this O, this way, people, the point P comes along the circle this way. එම නේද ළමයි? අපිට දැන් මේ θ angle එක 0 කරගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් මේ OP line එක x axis එකට ටික ටික ලං කරන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම ලං කරනකොට point P එක එනවා මෙහෙම මේ බලන්න. කොහොම එනවා? Finally, point P will be here, people. Once this happens, during this happening, can you see the behavior of the point M and this point N? ළමයි මේ OP කියන එක නම් මෙහාට එනකොට θ 0 වලට එනවා, point P මෙහෙම එනවා. point P මෙහෙම එනකොට මේ point M එකටයි point N එකටයි මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියන එක පොඩ්ඩක් හිතලා බලන්නකෝ. මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවද මෙහෙම දෙයක්? Can you see, people, something like this? When P is somewhere here, to find the location of the point M, we have to drop a perpendicular like this. Then when P is here, M is here. Let's see what happens to this N when P is here. Drop a perpendicular from here to the y-axis. N is here. Another instant will take. P is here. Then what is the location of M? M කොහෙද ඉන්නේ ළමයි බලන්න? මෙතන ඉන්නේ. ඒ වෙලාවේ N කොහෙද ඉන්නේ බලන්න? මෙතන ඉන්නේ. Can you see something, people? මොනවද දෙයක් පේනවද ඔයගොල්ලන්ට? අනේ ඔව්. මොකද්ද පේන්නේ? හැංගිලා තිබිච්ච එකක් පේනවා. මොකද්ද හැංගිලා තිබුණේ ළමයි? මොකද්ද පේන්නේ ළමයි? මෙයා මෙහාට එනකොට M යනවා මෙහාට. N එනවා පල්ලෙහාට. Understood, people? As the point P comes on the circle this way, people, M goes to rightward on the x-axis, N coming downward along y-axis. People, once this occurs, can you tell me when this theta 0, this OP line segment should come onto this x-axis? No. That occasion, the point P will be exactly here. That occasion, where is this M coming this way, people? M will be exactly on this point. And where is N? When this P is here, where is this N? N is exactly on this origin. That occasion, theta 0. Then what happened to this OM? OM is equal to radius of the circle. What is the radius of the circle? 1. What happens to ON? N is here. O and N overlap now. ON 0. ON 0. Then you can see when theta 0, OM equals 1, ON equals 0. Understand? Now we can put this theta 0 here. That occasion OM is 1. Therefore, you can see, people, theta 0 put here, cos 0. That occasion OM is 1. Therefore, for the angle 0, cos value is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Understood, people? Angle is 0. Its cos value is 1. Cos 0 is 1. What is sin 0? Sin theta is 0, no? Put that here. Sin 0. When theta is 0, what is ON? ON is 0. This is 0. So therefore, sin 0 is 0. This is what we needed. Sin 0 is 0. Right. Now, people, can you do this for angle 90. How to write tan 0 now, people? Tan 0 can easily be found. How to write tan theta? Sin theta by cos theta. Then how to write tan 0? Sin 0 by cos 0. Then tan 0 can easily be written here. Tan 0 is equal to sin 0 divided by cos 0. Then tan 0 is equal to sin 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. 0 divided by 1. 0 divided by something is equal to 0. No. Now, for example, now, when I need to divide this pen into 2, I have to cut in the middle, no? Then we have divided that into 2. Like that, if we need to divide 0 into 2, I have to count this 0 into 2. Then we get what? Half of a 0. Half of a 0 means again equal 0. That is why we say when we divide 0 by something, answer is 0. Okay? Right. So therefore, this is 0. Tan 0, 0. So therefore, of the angle 0, sin value is 0, cos value is 1, tan value is 0. Right. So do the same thing for angle 90, second one. Theta is 90. Right. ළමයි theta 90 වෙනකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ? This OP should come onto y-axis. Once we bring this OP towards y-axis, the point P goes along the circle up to here. That occasion, see what happened to this point M and N, and determine exactly at theta 90 OM value and ON value. Then you can find the angle 90, sin value and cos value. And do people the same thing for 180, 270 and 360. Give me those answers. I'll give you 5 minutes. Right. I think you can do. Everybody can do this, people. Think can do, people. Think can do. Huh? හිතන එක තමයි මේ maths වල තියෙන්නේ. නේද? හිතන එක තමයි maths වල තියෙන්නේ. Understood? Okay? හිතන්න මේක මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා. පේනවනේ. කරගෙන යන්න. Take the answers, people. I think you can do this. Okay. Theta 90. When theta is 90, people, you can very clearly understand this OP should go to on y-axis. While we turn this OP this way, people, point P comes like this, right? And finally, P will be here. Then only OP on the y-axis, giving this theta 90. Now, people, once this point P comes on the circle this way, this point A, you can very clearly see here, point A goes up. Finally, when the point P on the circle comes at this point, N will be here, giving ON1. ON1, no? ON1. ON1. Meantime, discuss the behavior of the point capital M. Yeah. Even somewhere here, the P M is here. P is somewhere here, M is here. When P is here, exactly M is here. OM now coincide, giving OM0. Then what do you get, people? Sin theta 90. Sin theta is given by this ON, no, corresponding ON is 1. Sin 90 is 1. Right. What is cos 90? Cos 90 equal to OM, no, people. See, cos theta is always given by OM, then cos 90 equal to 0. Right. Of the angle 90, angle 90, sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0. Then what is tan 90? Tan 90 can be written as what? Tan 90 we can write as sin 90 divided by cos 90. Sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0. People, what is When we divide something by 0, what's the answer? It is infinity. තමයි ඕනෑම වැලියු එකක් 0 ගෙන් බෙදුවොත් answer infinity වෙනවා. answer infinity වෙනවා. ඇයි අපි එහෙම කියන්නේ? 0 ගෙන් බෙදුවොත් answer එක ලොකු වෙනවා. ඇයි අපි එහෙම කියන්නේ? මේ බලන්න. See people on this. Here we have on the number line 0. Here we have 1. Right. Now people, I take the value 1. I divide by 0.1. By 0.1 somewhere here, no? 1 divided by 0.1 is what? 10, no? Secondly, I divide this 1 by 0.01. 0.01 is more closer than the earlier 0.1 to this 0. Then what is this answer? 1 over 0.01. What are these people? 100, no? 100. We divide this by 0.001. What is this answer? 1000. Where is this 0.001? Somewhere very close to 0 than the previous two values. Then I have with these arrows marked the position of this denominator. Next one. 1 over 0.0001. What is this? 10,000. දැන් බලන්න මම මෙයා අර කට්ටියට වඩා බිඳුවට ළඟින් ඉන්නේ. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලෝ පේනවා නේද? You can see very clearly people. When this divisor coming gradually towards this 0, look at this answer. This answer is increasing rapidly. එහෙනම් ළමයි හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ බිඳුවට ලං වෙනකොට මේ යට කියන මේ ආන්සර් එක ලොකු වීගෙන යනවා. එහෙනම් බිඳුවට ගියාම ලොකු එකේ උපරිමයටම යනවා. When it goes to 0, people, it goes to the maximum of the biggest. That is called as infinity. That is why we just identify the behavior. When we divide something by 0, the answer is going to infinity. And so therefore, tan 90 is infinity. Right? But people, in the future, then in the same lesson, another 2-3 lessons, after another 2-3 lessons, we can see this tan 90 sometimes going to touch infinity, sometimes going to minus infinity. At the moment, we'll keep this as infinity. That is enough at the moment. But we will discuss that in detail in some other different behavior of this tan 90. Understood? Right. Okay. That's all for angle 90. Now 180. Now 180. Theta 180 people. You can see now. Number 3. Theta 180 degrees. People wants this P, OP here. Theta 180. For this theta to be 180, this OP should come onto this negative x-axis. Then only this angle will be 180. Then P should be coming along the circle like this. මේ P කියන point එක ළමයි circle එක උඩ මෙහෙම එන්න ඕනේ නේ. ඇවිල්ලා මෙතෙන් දෙනකොට තමයි 180 වෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ ටික වෙනකොට බලන්නකො n ට මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. So see what happens to this n. When P is somewhere here, n is here. P is somewhere here, n is here. You can see n is coming down. What happened to this point M? Here, here, here. When the point P is exactly here, point M will be here. Given this OM, what is OM people? Not 1. Because this OM is the perpendicular projection on the negative x-axis. So therefore the sign of the axis we have to put. OM comes -1 and ON will be 0. Understood? Yeah. OM is -1. ON is 0. Then sin 180 corresponding ON is 0, no? 0. Cos 180 corresponding OM is minus 1, no? Minus 1. Then see tan 180. It is sin 180 divided by cos 180. People, what is sin 180? 0 divided by cos 180 minus 1. When the numerator is 0, the fraction is 0. Tan 180 is 0. We found that too. Okay. Now angle 270. Next one, angle 270. You see angle 270. Right. We notice that sin theta is OM, cos theta is OM, theta 270 degrees. Then what can say about this OM and OM? Theta 270 people. ළමයි theta 270 වල මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ? මේ OP එන්න ඕනේ මෙතෙන්ට. එතෙන්ට එන ගමනේ බලන්න මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා. Draw perpendiculars from this P on x-axis. M here. M here. M වෙනවා මේ පැත්තට ළමයි. N ට මොකද වෙන්නේ? N here. N here. N here. N වෙනවා පල්ලෙහාට. Finally, when this P comes onto this position, N will be here, giving ON minus 1. M will be here, OM0. Understood, people? OM0, ON minus 1. Then we can see sin 270 given by ON no, minus 1. Cos 270 given by OM no, people, 0. Tan 270. What is that, people? Sin 270 divided by cos 270. Sin 270 is minus 1, cos 270 is 0. When I keep this minus sign before, we have 1 upon 0. 1 upon 0 we people identified as infinity. Therefore, this time minus infinity. This time minus infinity. But there also that tan 270 can go to plus infinity also. I'll tell that later on. Right, so then the last angle is, people, 360 degrees. Number 4 is, people, 405, whatever it is. 0, 9, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, it's fourth one, no? Right, so then fifth one, theta 360. Once this theta is 360, people, what happens? Yeah, this P should come onto the positive x-axis. Then this point M, you can see point M, these points now, people, these points are going to the point this, right? And point N comes towards O, ON0, and OM is 1. Then we can write, people, sin 360. Sin is given by this OM, no? Sin 360 is 0. Cos 360 is, it is equal to OM, no? 1. Tan 360 is, people, sin 360 divided by cos 360. It is 0. Then tan 360. Tan 360 is equal to 0. Right. Okay. That those answers, people, we obtained. Right. Now, how many angles we have, people? ළමයි අපිට තව කොච්චරක් angles තියෙනවද ගන්න? අපිට තියෙන්නේ 30 degree එක 45 degree එක 60 degree එක, right? Thereafter 120 degree, 135 degree, 150 degree. This all. Okay, this all. Huh? Right. Are you tired now, people? Are you tired now? Yes. Amanda Mahansil, 1060. Right. People, now I am going to consider an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means, people, you know, all three sides are equal. Yeah. This way, I'm going to consider an equilateral triangle like this. Let this triangle be ABC. Okay, you know the interior angle is 60 degrees. Right. I'm going to take the length of a side as 2A. I use 2A for my convenience of working out the next part. Right? Okay, 45 we come to later. Right? All right, people, now this is equilateral triangle, right? Equilateral triangle. Now, people, I drop a perpendicular from this C on this side AB, this way. Now, I'm perpendicular from මෙහෙම drop කරනවා. We drop a perpendicular from this C upon AB like this. Let this point be B. You can very clearly understand, people. These two triangles are congruent triangles. The reason can easily be explained. What? Here 90, here 90. Therefore, these two triangles are right angle triangles. Of the right angle triangle, this side and this side are equal, and also they are the hypotenuse. This side is common for both triangles. Then, subject to the case hypotenuse and side, these two triangles are congruent. In congruent triangles, people, corresponding angles and corresponding sides are equal. Then this is the side which is corresponding to this. These two are equal. Therefore, this D should be midpoint. Since the whole length has 2A, this should be A, people. It should be A. And also, people, this angle and this angle must be equal, because in this triangle, the corresponding angle to this triangle is this. These two are equal. Therefore, each should be 30. Now, by using the Pythagorean theorem, I can find the CD. Right. Then we'll start from there. Write down like this. Consider an equilateral triangle of side 2A. Of side 2A. Right. Draw this diagram, people. Anil lamai diagram එක. After drawing this, we can now write by Pythagorean theorem. You can write what, people? This CD perfect squared and plus AD perfect squared is equal to this AC perfect squared. Yeah, CD perfect squared, only we need to find, people, AD is simple A squared. AC is two-way squared. Now we can subject CD squared. Bring this A squared to right hand side. 2A perfect squared going to be people 4A squared minus A squared. Right. Now CD perfect squared going to be 4A squared minus A squared is equal to 3A squared. Then this is nothing but taking the root on the right hand side. Root of 3 is root 3A squared, root is A. Therefore, this is people root 3A. Root 3A. Root 3A. Now I can find, yeah. People, if I take this angle in this right angle triangle ACD, this is the opposite side. Its adjacent side is this CD. Then of the angle this 30, we can write sine 30, cos 30, and tan 30. What is people sine? What is the definition of sine regarding related to what right angle triangle? Opposite by the hypotenuse. 30 degree. Opposite side is AD. It's A. Hypotenuse is two-way. Cancelling this A and A, we get half. Sine 30 is half. Okay, sine 30 is half. Sine 30 is half. Cos 30. Adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Root 3A divided by 2A. A and A you can cancel down. Root 3 by 2. Cos 30. Root 3 by 2. Cos 30 root 3 by 2. Right, people. Tan 30. Opposite side divided by the adjacent side. A divided by root 3A. Cancellation. This and this we get 1 upon root 3. This gives us tan 30. 1 over root 3. Right. Using the same triangle, people, taking this angle 60, then once you take this angle as 60, ළමයි මේ angle එක අපි ගත්තොතින් මේ triangle එකේම CD opposite වෙනවා, AD adjacent වෙනවා. Then we can write sine cos tan of the angle 60. Understood? Right. I will take it. Tan sine 60, people, we can write sine 60 opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Root 3A divided by 2A. This and this we can cancel down. Root 3 by 2. Cos 60. Angle 60 is this. Adjacent side is A. Hypotenuse is 2A. A divided by 2A. This and this we can cancel down. Here we have 1. Cos 60 is half. Right, so therefore, sine 60. It's root 3 by 2. Cos 60 is half. Tan 60 can then be found by using the same triangle. Tan 60. It is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side, root 3A by A. Here, you can cancel down this and this. That gives us tan 60 is root 3. Right. People, another few angles we have. The other 45, 120, 135, and 151. People, those values I'll take next weekend. I take only 5 minutes to take them. Thereafter, the same day next week, we can start the question discussions. People, now we have something to do at home. What? Go to this formula again and take these values. And now we have 31 formulae, 28 plus 3 basic formulae, and 27 results, and these things. Practice them only during this week. That's enough. No need to be hurried. We have enough time. We'll do everything like this. So therefore, this lesson, the subject will be very interesting one, people. Very joyful, interesting one. Subject is maths. If we go the wrong way, people, this is the headache. Huh? So people, learn well at the beginning. The strong foundation means, people, huge building can build on that. We have to put the foundation strongly. Then in the future, huge buildings will be growing on that. Okay, people, then next week we meet. Maths day. Good night, everybody. We'll meet next week.